Hey guys, in this video we're going to be comparing the North Face Recon backpack and the Patagonia Refugio, which are two really solid kind of all-purpose bags that come in a similar price range. Like the video that we did comparing the Osprey Quasar and the North Face Borealis, in this one we're going to be taking a look at some of the similarities and differences between these two bags. Both come from well-known companies that offer quality products, but there's some slight variations between the bags that might make one better for your particular use cases. So hopefully this video can make your life a little bit easier if you're in between these two bags. And before jumping in, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bags, to me these have a pretty similar aesthetic. It's a little bit more of an outdoorsy and functional vibe. You have webbing on the front, a lot of kind of compression straps, attachment points, pockets. So they're not super minimal bags by any means, but this is an aesthetic that I think will still work well for taking this to campus, going into the office, exploring a city. It's not maybe as professional looking as many of the bags from Air or Bellroy that we featured, particularly for wearing with a nicer outfit or taking it in the office. But nowadays, with more casual office environments, I think these can still work also for travel. So it's an aesthetic that I like in general. They're also not overwhelming as far as their kind of technicality. They don't have bungee cords, which to me is one of the kind of more telling features of a functional backpack. It really just sticks out a little bit more than what I typically like. So I like the vibe on both of these. It's pretty similar as far as the exterior. They both have two rows of webbing along the front that are going to be great for attaching things with a carabiner if you want to hook on a pair of shoes or gloves or maybe a hand sanitizer or something. I like to clip my hero clip, so both of them have that bit of functionality, which I really like. As far as branding, the North Face of course has their bright white logo on the front, which really stands out. I'm not always crazy about that. I do like the more subtle branding on the Refugio, particularly in this blacked out version. And then moving into the materials, both of these are solidly built bags. The North Face and Patagonia are well known for the quality of their materials. To me, the North Face Recon feels a little bit more robust, kind of heavier, more padded. The material just feels thicker. Both of these feel like they're going to hold up well to rougher usage. They offer a decent amount of weather resistance. I believe they're both made out of recycled fabrics, but the Patagonia bag just feels a little bit kind of less rigid, a little less padded, more lightweight, which is going to be a benefit if weight is one of your biggest concerns, particularly if you want to use this for hiking or travel. That's going to help you save a little bit, but there are some trade-offs, for that lighter weight. Regardless, they both feel, like good bags that are going to hold up. They have YKK zippers that are also inverted, so they're going to offer, again, some decent amount of weather resistance. Not as good as something like an AquaGuard, but for the most part, unless you're caught in, some heavier rain, it should keep your stuff pretty well protected. Continuing along the outside, on the top, you have top handles. North Face is really going to kind of outshine the Patagonia bag here. It has a very comfortable, thick handle. This loop that's included on the Refugio is pretty simple overall. You have external water bottle pockets, 2 on each bag, which is great to see. Always nice to have that extra functionality so that you can hold your water bottle or a tripod. You also have compression straps on both of the bags on the sides, so it'll help you tighten the bag down if you don't have it quite as packed out, or you can attach things onto those straps. I like the system on the Refugio a little bit more, as they have these clips that open up completely, so you can really attach something easily there. Or pair it with the water bottle pocket if you have something a little bit taller, whereas the ones on the North Face are going to be a little less versatile in my opinion. You can't open them up completely, and they're a little bit lower on the bag, so they kind of compress the water bottle pocket, which is interesting. The water bottle pockets themselves, they both offer a nice amount of elasticity. The ones on the North Face, of course, feel a little bit more robust. They do have stretchy material in the back to allow it to hold a water bottle, but the pocket itself isn't made out of mesh, whereas the Patagonia one is, so just doesn't have as premium of a feeling, but it still works pretty well. And then moving into the harness systems, this is really, again, the biggest difference between the North Face bags and the Patagonia bag, and also the Osprey when we looked at that one against the Borealis. this was really where the North Face stood out, is they have, the very robust harness system. It's super well padded, a lot of breathability on the back, solid frame sheet, whereas the Refugio does have well padded straps and it has breathable mesh. It just doesn't have a very rigid frame sheet. It's also all just feels kind of lighter, so it's still comfortable, but it's just not going to offer the same level of support as the Recon. That does come with some added weight, but if comfort is the number one priority for you, then that's definitely going to be something to keep in mind. And then as far as the sizing, the Refugio comes in at 28 liters and the Recon is listed at 30 liters on the North Face's site. You can see that, to me, the Recon feels just slightly taller, ever so slightly. The sizing on these actually feels very similar in my opinion. The Refugio might stick out a little bit more when you pack it out. I feel like the Recon is able to keep a slightly slimmer silhouette, but both of these are going to be able to hold an impressive amount of stuff, whether you're using it for school, for travel, or for your EDC. It's going to be more than enough space, and it still feels like both will be comfortable for taking onto an airline. If you want to take it as a carry-on item, some airlines you could even get away with this as a personal item, particularly the Refugio, which feels a little more flexible and easy to squeeze under a seat. And then jumping into the organizational layouts, both of these have some nice pocketing all throughout, and again, nice exterior attachment points. In addition to the webbing on the front of the bag, the Recon has this elastic kind of slip pocket, which is useful for just tossing a glove, maybe a tech pouch, anything that you want to be able to grab more easily during the day, a U-lock for your bike. So it does offer some elasticity. This is an area where I feel like it could tear over years of use, but it feels pretty durable. On the Recon, you also have some compression straps on the bottom, which I forgot to mention. You don't really have anything like that on the Refugio. In addition to the webbing on the front of the Refugio, you do have an actual quick access zippered pocket, which I actually prefer to the kind of elastic pocket that the Recon has. So in that case, I would put that as a +1 in Patagonia's side. But both of them, providing some nice exterior access. In addition to the mesh kind of slip pocket that the Recon has, you also have the fleece-lined quick access pocket, which is going to be great for storing your sunglasses, your phone, anything a little bit more delicate. The Refugio doesn't really have that extra pocket. It doesn't have a quick access pocket besides this larger kind of duffel style compartment on the front. And then both of these have kind of a larger organization admin area with slip pockets on the inside. You're going to have keychain loops, smaller pockets for your tech accessories, chargers, cables, and you're able to take advantage of the full volume of that space in the Refugio. So it's going to give you like a little bit more flexibility if you want to store anything taller, or for travel, you're going to be able to place some pouches, a dot kit, extra jacket in there, whereas the one on the North Face has some extra organization. It also has a fleece lined tablet compartment, which is going to help keep your device protected and easily accessible, and you're not going to be able to take full advantage of the volume in that compartment, however. And then moving into the main compartments, both of these are top loading bags that offer just large buckets of space. The biggest difference between the two compartments is that the Refugio actually has the laptop and tablet compartment in this main area, whereas the North Face Recon has a separate compartment for the laptop that's going to keep your device maybe a little bit easier to access. As far as the compartments here, as mentioned, they can hold a similar amount of stuff, just being large buckets of space. You can place bulkier items, packing cubes, headphones, tech organizers, all the stuff that I normally like to pack out. And then in the Refugio, you also have the laptop sleeve on the back. I like that this has a dedicated tablet sleeve that has a nice lining and that's elevated off the bottom of the ground. Same for the laptop sleeve. The two sleeves don't feel super padded. I do wish that they were slightly thicker, but again, because they're suspended, it still feels like they're gonna offer a decent amount of protection. You also have a little clip to help keep your device is secure when you place the bag down. And then you also have a pass-through at the top, which is going to be great if you want to use this with a hydration bladder. And then on the Recon backpack, you have that separate compartment that we've seen in many of North Face's bags. I like that it's a separate area to make it a little bit easier to reach down and grab your device. Now, one thing about this compartment is that even though it's well padded, it isn't suspended off the bottom of the ground. I don't know why that's not something that's more consistent across North Face's bags. The Surge was suspended, the Borealis was suspended, but the Kaban in this one, you can feel your device touching the bottom. I really wish it had been pulled up a little bit. There's been a few times that I've dropped my laptop in there and I can kind of feel it hit the table or the ground or whatever because I forget. And so it's something that you want to keep in mind. Beyond that though, the rest of the compartment, the front and the back, feel protective and rigid. And there's no fleece lining on the inside, but it still feels like your device will be pretty well protected, particularly if you take care when you're placing the bag down on the ground. And then this also has a pass-through for a nozzle if you want to use this with a hydration bladder, so it still feels like your device is going to be well protected in either of these bags really. And if you're interested in a 28 to 30 liter bag that's going to be great for kind of any purpose, for taking to campus, for traveling, that's going to be durable and comfortable, either one of these will be a great option. As far as pricing, you can purchase both of these for around $90 to $100. The Refugio is going to come in at $90 on Patagonia's site. It's also offered at places such as REI. The Recon backpack is also offered at REI, Amazon. You can get this on the North Face's official site. It's going to come in at around $100, so maybe slightly more expensive than the Refugio. You do get some nice value for that extra bit of money. The harness system on the Recon, as mentioned during the video, is a little bit more robust. Great organizational options. Everything just feels kind of thicker and more padded and comfortable, whereas the Refugio, if you want to save a little bit of money, is going to offer just more lightweight. I like the organizational layout on this. It has some really nice kind of touches. I like the aesthetic, the extra pocket on the front, as I called out during the video. So if weight is really important to you, or you're just a big fan of Patagonia, you can definitely rest easy with the Refugio. But if you want to spend just that little bit more and have that extra comfort, then the Recon may be the way to go. And if you're interested in other videos like this, I recommend you check out some of the comparisons that I did earlier in this series, where we took a look at the Osprey Quasar against the Borealis. I've also done in-depth videos for the Refugio, as well as bags like the Kaban 2.0, the North Face Surge, and some great options from Osprey, such as their Metron backpack. So just a lot of different bags kind of in this category that you can check out. I also recommend checking out the videos that I've done comparing bags like the Evergood CPL24 and the CHZ26, and some of the roundup videos that I've done for my favorite top loading bags and my favorite minimal travel bags. So I'll put links to everything in the description below. And as always, I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.